All right, looks like we're rolling. Hopefully you guys are having an awesome long weekend. Happy Memorial Day. Tonight, Lindsay and I are going to kind of break up the call. It's going to be partially inviting and partially talking about her challenge groups, which will kind of go together. We know that a huge thing that you guys were wanting more support in was inviting to the team. And here's the thing. I just want to preface the call with this. Can you guys mute your lines if you're able to? Okay, that's better, I think. Okay, perfect. I just want to preface the call with this is that the end result is almost always to have people join the team. And some people are going to be ready right away, and some people, they are going to need like a tiny taste of being in a support group, whatever your online community is for your challenge group or fitness studio. Sometimes they just need like a couple weeks in that. And then sometimes people will always just want accountability from you. They'll never want to take that next step. But with that, Lindsay and I have been doing a lot of chatting, and we want to make inviting to the team so much easier. And so we have decided, so last year when we decided to join teams, we kind of just like did a collab of our two team names, and we're kind of now going to now start calling our team the Living Fit Tribe. And I think we think that that's so much more of a fun, inviting way to invite people to join our Fit Tribe. So, and our whole motto, we don't have like things set in stone for it. I have Bridget working on a logo, but we want to project fitness, living fit at every stage of life. And I think that our team stands for that. And it's just going to be such a fun way for us to be able to bring more people in whatever stage of life people are in. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to start with some conversations. So all of you do such a fantastic job of getting your posts done. I would say your posts are kind of what keeps people engaged. It's what shows people that you're doing this, that you're consistent, and that they know they can reach out to you when they're ready. But a lot of people are just going to kind of lurk for a while, and sometimes you have to connect the dots so that they can get support from you and get started on their own journey. So attract, connect, invite. So there's a lot of steps with this. Tonight I'm mostly going to focus on the inviting part. But it's so important to make sure that you're not just going right in for a cold invite. I know that some people prefer that, but what I noticed talking to a lot of people is there's always some type of interaction before a straight invite. So I don't know about you, but I hate it when I get an invitation from someone who I've never had a conversation with. I get frustrated because they have no idea who I am. A lot of times they don't even really look at my posts. They have no idea what I stand for, and yet I'm getting this invitation to join their team when I feel like I don't know them, they don't know me. And so it's so important to make sure you connect with them in some way before you invite them to your group, before you invite them to our team. So there's so many different ways that you can do that. You can interact by asking questions in your Instagram stories. You can ask polls about things that don't relate to coaching. Julianne has been doing this certain layout. She'll do a poll to get to know other people, but she'll do a multiple choice one for people to get to know her. So that's a great thing to start adding to your stories. You can do like 1 or 2 a day, and it's just a fun way to get to know other people and let other people get to know you. Okay, so we will go right into it. So just know background, you should be connecting with people before you send any message of inviting them. So Okay, the first kind of invite that I'm going to talk about is a thank you. And this can be on a post, this can be in your stories. So this is all of my examples are things that I have said to people in the last week. So this is my thank you. Hey, Sarah, I just wanted to take a minute and thank you for watching my stories. I love sharing my journey to show other moms that it's okay to make time for themselves. Our team is all about living fit in every stage of life. Would it be okay if I sent you some info? And I want you to write that line down because I've started using that instead. Would it be okay if I sent you some information? I got that from Danny Detra. She has been saying that for the last year. Obviously, it's working for her. Would it be okay if I sent you some info? And again, I will share these in slides at the end of this call. Okay, for if someone interacts on a poll that is about coaching, actually I shouldn't say coaching, I should say joining the team, because that's less intimidating. I don't know about you, but I never sat around thinking about how badly I wanted to coach other people. I craved community, I craved accountability, and so lead with the team, not with coaching. Okay, so this is if someone participated in a poll. Hey, Sarah, I'm reaching out to everyone who participated in my poll yesterday. I'm not sure if you actually meant to participate, but I figured I would just ask anyway. Would it be okay if I sent you some info on my Living Fit tribe? So that's an example of something I sent out from a poll this last week. I'm gonna stop there. Does anyone have any comments, questions based on those two? Thank yous or polls? You could put it in the chat or you can unmute. No? All right, cool. All right, so the next one is an actual story invite. So you don't have to use a poll for this. I like using polls, but again, some people get clumsy thumbsy and they freak out when they click on a poll. So it's good to mix it up every now and then. But a story invite is if they watch the majority of your story, they've opened the door. So I heard a really great analogy, and I think this was in the Rise to Diamond group that some of you are doing. They said if someone watches your stories, at least the majority or all the way through, it's like they've gone into your store and they're walking around and seeing if they can find anything that they like. So it's like they've gone into Gap. They're looking around and they may not be sure what they want. And sometimes you have to bridge that gap and see if they need help. So same thing with that. You could just do that. Hey, just wanted to reach out. Thank you for watching my stories. I would do a thank you for that one. But you can kind of mix it up. Okay. So for story invites and post invites, and not all of them are going to be call to actions. Like sometimes you'll just kind of be like talking about the team or talking about your lifestyle. You want to talk about where you're going and then invite other people to do it with you. So, but you could also go the other way, talk about where you were and how you got to where you are and invite people to do that with you, coach them through that process. Okay. I already said that one. All right, cool. So here are just some post invites that I've done recently. I recently did one about debt. I know because of what I'm doing now, we'll be able to become debt free in the next year or two. I'm showing people because what I'm doing with this business, I'm working towards that. Okay. Your goal may not be to be debt free. Maybe it's I don't know, maybe it's to I can't think of anything right now. Oh, like who wouldn't want to be debt free, right? Maybe you have credit card debt you need to pay off. Maybe you and your family are wanting to travel more. Maybe you want to take your kids to Disneyland and you don't want it to break the bank or put it all on your credit card. So just think about the things that either are providing freedom in your life or are going to, and talk about that. Pay for vacation or buy a new toy. Grill, four-wheeler. Yes, absolutely. Those are great examples. And so obviously, like your branding is going to be a lot different than mine. I know I talked to a lot of you about reading the book, Building Your Story Brand. It has helped in so many ways kind of figure out how to brand myself, what it is that I want, what it is that the people around me want, and how to talk to them. Pay for expenses that aren't in your normal budget. Yes, Kristen, I've totally noticed that you've been having that in your posts ever since the cruise. Hey, Linz, can you touch base on that really quick with Building Your Story Brand? I know you just started reading it too. I'd love to hear your take on it.
Yes. Can you hear me now? Okay, good. So so that it kind of sets up like your social media branding as like a story, and he ties it into how a movie or a book works and how this main plot points and how you break down there's 7 steps and to a main story, main video or a movie or whatever. And it's funny because in the beginning he's like, I'm going to ruin every single movie for you from now on because you're going to be able to tell how it's going to end, kind of. And so he goes into, and you really deep down want to project the customer or the people you're trying to invite as the hero.
Is she frozen or is that me? She's frozen. Okay, she was saying you want to project your customer as the hero. So you aren't the hero. Of course, I'm on stage.
Back?
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. I got to slow down and talk slowly.
You're good. I filled them in. The customer is the hero.
Yeah, so you want to kind of present it that like whatever products or your brand, what can you give them, or how can you help bridge that gap? Lauren was saying bridging the gap. Like you have something that you can offer to help them, but you have to help bridge that gap so they feel comfortable reaching out to you. And there's like this amazing worksheet that you literally like reflect and brainstorm on each step, and you don't move on until it just breaks it down step by step. And it's like blowing my mind. So highly recommend it.
Awesome. I geek out hearing other people loving it too, because it blew my mind as well. So, okay, awesome. Thanks for sharing, Linz. I just think it's so important for everyone to read that book because everyone's niche is going to be slightly different. Everyone's come from a different place and everyone's going somewhere different. So if you don't have that book, Building Your Story Brand by Donald Miller, I think that's his name. Okay, Lindsay, if you just wanted to, okay. I thought she was reaching for the book. She's reaching for Madison. Okay. All right, so some questions I jotted down. Here's a great example that I saw this morning as I hopped on Facebook. Stephanie Moeller had a great post, and hers was a before and after transformation picture. And on one side it said wishing, and the other side versus working. Because how many of us can relate to that? Like, I was wishing for this transformation, and now I'm working for it. Or I was wishing to be debt free, but I couldn't stop online shopping. This is me doing it now. Like, there's so many different ways you could go with that. I thought that was great. So some questions to ask yourself: what does your tribe need? What can they do to change their outcome? If you read that book, this will help a lot, but I just thought this was interesting. What or who is the villain in your story? And then, okay, perfect. I think I got all that. And like I said, end goal for inviting is for them to join the team. And for me, I just think that joining the team is putting skin in the game. Whether or not you want to be a coach to self or coach to others, it's skin in the game saying, I want to live fit no matter what happens in my life. Even if, no matter how it looks, if it's not perfect, I want to live fit for life. Thanks, Linz. Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. Okay, so now, all right, the old teacher in me is totally making you guys do an assignment, but it's for a good reason, I promise. Okay, so with one of the inviting things that we talked about, you just have to choose one within the next, I guess it's up to you when you do it, but when you do it, I will send you something that will help you with inviting to coaching. Okay, so you can invite, you can do like a with the Story app, you can use the Unfold app. Is the other one Story Art? Am I right on that? So those are different ones that would help you like create nice looking graphics in your Instagram stories to invite to our Living Fit tribe, basically. So do one of those. You have to do a call to action. And what I want from you is to give me 5 names of people that you reached out to with either thanking them or actually inviting them. And it can be as simple, I gave you those examples earlier, but sometimes too, if you just think someone would be a great fit, tell them that. Tell them the reason that you thought of them. Like, hey, I'm not sure if you've ever considered joining our Living Fit tribe, but I thought of you because. Would it be okay if I sent you some info? So you just have to, whenever you're ready, you just have to do one type of invite, and you have to send me 5 names with what you said, and I will send you this tool. Okay, let me show it to you. So I did a collab with, my gosh, all these tabs. Bridget, some of you know her if you're from the Charles City area, Bridget Herrick. She is a graphic designer, and so the reason I'm making you do something for it is because I paid her to do this. So I have a PDF for myself, and I paid to have her do an additional one for our team. So first I'm going to show you, this is going to be for everyone, and once you send me your assignment, I will send this to you, and I want you to use it. Use it, use it, use it. Okay, so now is your chance to join our team. Fitness, nutrition, community. And so, oh, and so much more. I will say, if you want a personalized one, I will show you mine at the end, but if you wanted your own pictures in here, you could pay her to do that. She's charging a $25 flat rate, but you'll have everything on here, but you can put in your own information at the bottom. You can put in your website link or your Google form or Wufoo form, whatever you have. And I will say this, I know that that sounds expensive right off the gate, but here's the thing. If you were to try to make something like this on your own, it would probably take you 3 to 4 hours, I'm guessing. And if you're to pay a virtual assistant $10 an hour, it's going to cost you 30 to 50 bucks, depending on how long it took. So if it were me, I would rather spend that time using the tool to invite to the team and start maybe making some of that money back by helping other people. So that's just my opinion on it. You don't have to do that. I do have this free tool for you right here. You can totally use this and find success with it. So this is your chance. Here's what coaching can do for you. And this video right here is the one that Trina had made for our team last year. And I think everyone has watched that video. If you hadn't, I was going to play it because it's really awesome. If you haven't watched it, please watch it. Okay. Joining our team. There's no better time than now. What is Beachbody? Beachbody is an internationally known, highly reputable company with products featured on TV, radio, magazines, talk shows. It's used by countless number of celebrities. Commission, 25% direct commission on all sales. Team cycle bonus, indirect commission you earn weekly as you build a team. Tried to keep that simple, but like letting them know there are other ways to make money. Coaching perks, 25% discount, first access to newly launched products and programs, unlimited access to monthly trainings, webinars, conference calls, and videos. One-on-one mentorship, your coach and upline coaches are always ready to help you become successful. A huge support system from our entire team for both your fitness and coaching journey. Why Beachbody is different. No pressure to sell. Product of the product. Mentality, not a pushy salesman. No holding inventory, no stocking of product, no shipping products, no customer service hassle and issues. No contracts. There is no cancellation fee if you sign or if you end up feeling this isn't for you. Absolutely no obligation to continue coaching and no cancellation penalties. No home parties unless you want to. I have never heard of anyone doing that except for maybe Julianne when she first started. Okay, so coaching options. If you're looking for extra support and accountability, extra income earnings and financial freedom, Beachbody Coaching has many options that fit into your life. And then we have a category here for coach to self, regular Shaco and performance line user, 0 sales, $16 a month savings, and 25% savings. So those are, I guess those are kind of the same thing. It depends on what you're getting, but coach to others, kind of the same thing, but then you also have the commissions and team cycle bonus in there. Okay, over here. So this breaks down Shakeology costs and the $15 fee and kind of shows them the bigger picture. If they're a regular user, they should be doing this. They should enroll to become a coach and join the team. Okay, and then I know a few of you are in that Rise to Diamond page, and maybe some of you watched that webinar that Trina did. I literally got these points from her Zoom or her webinar. They were phenomenal. Why become a coach? And by the way, you could totally put these in a story and invite people this way using these points. Why become a coach? Be on a team with positive people who want to lift you to live fit, help others, and have goals. You choose who you get to work with. 2, stay committed to your own results. It becomes your forever journey. 3, get great results and savings with awesome fitness and nutritional products like Shakeology. Shaco fills the gaps for nutritional needs. 4, earn extra income at home, online, or at home or on your own time. For bills, spending money, for breathing room. 5, ability to travel, go on fitness trips, and world-class conventions. So, I think I see an edit already. All right, so who should join? All ages, all stages of life, those who want to live fit and help others. So I'm gonna have Bridget take this part out because on this part, on my personal one, I have a video of me talking why I joined. So I'll have her fix that. So in this part too, there are so many different challenge packs, and I really think that this should be a conversation between you and any coach that enrolls on your team on how to get them started. So if in the future, if you want to have a Zoom where we can talk about how to have this conversation, how to guide through that, how to guide someone through that selection process, we can definitely do that too. So, and then join our team today. There is no perfect time. There's just right now. So that's the copy you will get once I get that edit done. This is the one that's mine. It looks basically the same, except for, like I said, at the bottom, I have me sharing my story. And then I have a button right here where they can click on and fill out my form. And my form prompts them to text me when they get done filling out the form, so I know that it's ready. So, like I said, you can completely use the free one. I paid for that, so use it, use it, use it. If you want a personalized one, let me know and I can get you Bridget's contact information too. So, what do you guys think? Is that helpful? Awesome. I'm so happy. We wanted something that would make inviting to the team easier. It would make that back and forth conversation lessen so that you feel you're spending your time connecting to more people, inviting more people rather than feeling overwhelmed by a ton of messages in your inbox and then as a result not talking to as many people. Awesome. Yay! Perfect. And Bridget did send me the colorful slides without any text on it. And so I'm going to share those in our team page. So it's it can be a branding thing if you want. You can use those in your stories or for a fun post on your social media, those bright colored ones. So, all right. Lindsay, can you chat about your upcoming challenge group training?
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna try to talk really slow so I don't freeze. Okay, so we are starting on June 1st. We're gonna have a challenge group 101 group. And pretty much the focus of this is do challenge groups. Some of you may know, old school, like I grew up in Beachbody, we held monthly challenge groups and the content changed. And slowly over time, things have transitioned away from that and more into the virtual studios or the ongoing challenge groups. And so is a little bit different sometimes. Inviting to an ongoing challenge group takes a little bit of, especially if you're not hosting something specific, it takes a little bit of finesse to do that. But if you're hosting, for example, an Ultimate Portion Fix based challenge group, that's very specific on how you're going to do invites. So we're going to talk about how to set up a challenge group literally in Facebook, in the Tracker app, very basic stuff. And then we're going to get into more details of inviting. And then we're going to get into more details of, like, let's say you have an ongoing challenge group, but you want to run a shorter one, how to transition people into that. So for example, if you run a shaker challenge where you have everybody try Shaco, the little sample packets, and how to transition them into your longer ongoing group. And so I am all ears and want to know things that you guys, either as newer coaches or seasoned coaches, things that you struggle with that you would like to learn more about, or things that I'm also looking to create things so that for duplication purposes, when you sign up a new coach and they're ready to start diving into hosting their own challenge groups, kind of tools that you can just easily give them so that way they can kind of, get out of the gates running and do it themselves with your mentoring along the way, but not quite as much, you're there for them and stuff, but just that way they can just go and do it. So if you have anything now, let me know, or shoot me a private message. I would love to know things that you really want to learn more about. Danielle, struggling to maintain engagement. That's a really tricky one, and I think that you just have to mix things up. And I know if it's not working wherever you're doing it, I know Lacey recently went from hosting in the Tracker, which tends to not be as engaging. It's more of a log and go kind of place. She transitioned over to Facebook, and that's a lot more engaging. And I think, I don't know, yeah, just do a fun game or do bingo for prizes. Like sometimes prizes can get people going. It doesn't have to be anything huge. It can be a $5 gift card to Starbucks or, yeah, but it definitely can be tricky sometimes keeping engagement up. Oh yeah, good job, Stephanie, making a bingo board for your group. Bingo is fun. Or even emailing or messaging people and seeing what they want. You know, are people just okay with logging and going, or do they want more of that community-based stuff? All right. Any others, let me know if you don't want to message or say it here. Yeah, the goal is duplication for sure, to make it so that it's easier, because we're all super busy. And yeah. And I know when we were growing up, it was a very content-based driven challenge groups. And a lot of the stuff that we brought into our challenge groups was things that we just Googled. And, you know, any of our challengers could Google the same content. And so it's providing that accountability. Yeah, growing up. And by the way, when you said that people didn't host or don't host house parties, I think way back before Beachbody was on social media, they used to have like Shaco parties in the house. So I'm glad they've moved away from those. But so, ooh, yeah. So Lacey started calling people out on a weekly check-in. I mean, you can start tagging people and, you know, even do like a water tag challenge. I've done that before, where you tag somebody and say, go drink a glass of water, and then tag somebody else, and then they tag people around. So, but anything else? Or if there's tools that you have in your challenge groups, or things that you find it makes it easier to train your coaches as well, I'm all about that. I'm going to make it a community thing. At some point, I'll probably open the group up to everybody, so that way anybody can get into it and use the tools if they want to. Okay, that's all I have.
I was just thinking, in our Build to Last collab, I will create a unit in there that says inviting, and I'll do a slide for, I guess I'll put each one in there separate, but if you guys have other verbiage that you use, please comment and put those in there so that you can see other ways of inviting for each of those things. That would be awesome. Perfect. Anything else? Thanks for coming tonight. I wasn't sure if everyone had big plans with Memorial Day or what, so we're happy that you're here. So our next Zoom, we're going to stick with every other week. So our next one will be the 10th. So make sure you have that in your calendar. So, all right. Well, you guys have a good night. Bye. Oh, photo. I did take one, Steph. No one was smiling, but I snuck one in. Leslie won't want everyone smiling. We can get one really quick. You guys are still here. I'll get it. I got it. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. See you later.